Today, me and my student, we went over what main ideas were, how we can find them, or and um, what's about supporting ideas. So the first thing we did was we went through all 5 of these problems first, and we figured out what the main idea was. So for this one, we went over how we need to prove each thing. So we need to look for details that say this is true. So in this paragraph, nothing said plants eat other plants. Nothing said all living things need sunlight. Nothing said animals make their own food. But there were 4 things. One, two, or this sentence, this sentence, this sentence, and this sentence. There are 4 things that prove that there are 4 characteristics. So those would be the 4 supporting details of this passage. So it would be A. For this next paragraph, there were some things that were in the paragraph but weren't the main idea. So, for example, giraffes eat leaves. Giraffes eat leaves from tall trees. That sentence. Giraffes are unique animals. This is talking about a way that they're unique, but it's not generally that they are unique. Giraffes don't sleep much. That's not in the paragraph, so we can cross that out. And giraffes are extremely tall. So for this one, we looked at every single sentence and we pointed out which of these 3 details that it was talking about. So average height of a giraffe would be for what is tall. So it would be for this one. Giraffes have long necks. Also this one. It's not the general thing, but the specific thing that it can correlate to and support. This animal has long neck and legs. That's also tall. Other animals cannot reach that high. They are also proving it's tall. Oh, giraffes eat leaves from tall trees. So all of these suggest that giraffes are extremely tall. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. So for this one, we went over how to find the main idea again. But this time we looked at the first and last sentences of each paragraph because that can help tell us what the main idea is. So hurricanes can bring flooding, power outage, and tornadoes, and hurricanes are large storms. So these 2 sentences, we went through these options and we determined if they support them or not. So hurricanes are summer storms. No, it does not say that, so we crossed it out. This strategy works for many paragraphs, but it does not work for all. Hurricanes are one type of storm. It does not say that, but yeah, but it is a type of storm. So we left that. Hurricanes are large, dangerous storms. Hurricanes are large, and these things are pretty dangerous. So we also left this. Hurricanes are like tornadoes and floods. They are not like them because it wouldn't work because they cause them. And they're tornadoes and floods or tornadoes are not rather large. So we would have 2 things left. So we looked at the paragraph then. So we would have these these 3 sentences, I believe, 4 sentences, um, telling about talking about the tornado. So none of these sentences would be talking about how they're one type of storm, but as we look closer, as we keep looking, we find out that they're all talking about how they're large, dangerous storms. So this main idea is supported by this first sentence, this last sentence, and every other thing inside of it, which is essentially what the main idea is, something that the entire paragraph supports. For these last uh, 2, I boxed these and blocked them out, and I had my student decide and figure out what was the main idea of the passage. For the next part, we went over how to find the supporting ideas as long as the main idea. So we did our strategy that we had before, which was this. We would look at the first 2 sentences, at the first sentence and the last sentence, and we would decide what they have in common and what they were talking about. So for these 2 sentences, we would figure out that dogs, some dogs work and have jobs. So we would put that here. We would put that some dogs have jobs. And then for the supporting ideas, we would go through each sentence and we would look for things that are talking specifically, or not specifically, that are supporting this only. So these animals are trained to help people and protect people. It's a characteristic of the working dogs, but it could also be a characteristic of non-working dogs. So we crossed this out because it does not specifically support the idea that dogs have jobs. They make life easier. Many dogs can do that even without a job. So that is not supporting idea. So some dogs work with police officers. This is interesting because it shows that this dog works with police officers, or it says that rather, and that means it would have a job. So we would circle this, and it would be the job, or the main would be a supporting detail. So let's circle that. So then for the next one, we would say they help them with criminals and weapons. Now, this also implies that they have a job, but it also supports the supporting idea that we found, which would be that some dogs have work with police officers. Therefore, it would not be a supporting detail because it can talk about how it supports the main idea and not another supporting detail. Supporting details don't support other details, but they support the entire paragraph and the entire main idea.